All right, let's talk about a story that feels like it's ripped straight from a Hollywood script, but I promise you it's happening in the real world right now. It's got a notorious hacker gang, a business tool trusted by thousands, and a massive unfolding data heist. This is the story of Klopp's latest attack.
I mean, just think about that for a second. It's a pretty chilling thought, isn't it? The very software you and your company rely on to keep your most important files safe suddenly becomes the open door for cybercriminals to just walk right in. And look, this isn't some hypothetical what-if scenario. For thousands of companies using a service called GladiNet CenterStack, this is the reality they're dealing with as we speak. A really sophisticated cybercrime group has them square in their sights.
So, let's get into the specifics. What's at the very heart of this attack? Well, it's a piece of software that for a ton of companies is the invisible engine that just kind of runs their daily operations. So, what exactly is this CenterStack thing anyway? Well, imagine being able to securely get to all your company's files without having to deal with a clunky, slow VPN. That's the convenience it offers. And because it works so well, it's used by thousands of businesses all over the globe. But that popularity, well, it's put a giant target on its back.
Okay, so every good story needs a villain, right? Well, behind this whole heist is one of the most notorious and frankly dangerous groups in cyberspace. It's time to meet the Klopp gang.
Klopp, and yeah, sometimes you'll see it spelled with a zero, isn't your average bunch of hackers. These guys are a highly organized cybercrime syndicate, and they don't just lock up your files and ask for ransom. Nope. Their main game is pure data theft and extortion, and they go after the big fish, large, valuable organizations.
And if you need any proof of just how seriously this group is taken, just look at this number, $10 million. That's the reward the U.S. State Department is offering for any information that links Klopp to a foreign government. A reward that huge tells you everything you need to know. We're not just talking about hackers, we're talking about a global threat.
You see, this attack on CenterStack, it's not a one-off thing, not at all. It's actually the latest move in a long, very deliberate campaign. Klopp has a very specific specialty, and honestly, they've become terrifyingly good at it.
Just look at the pattern here. Excellion, Go Anywhere, Move It. What do they all have in common? They're all file transfer products. Klopp has been systematically targeting the digital arteries of the business world, the very tools companies use to move data around securely. So this new attack isn't random. It's just the next chapter in their playbook.
And to really wrap your head around just how much damage they can do, let's just take one of their previous campaigns, the Move It hack. Over 2,700 organizations were breached. Just let that sink in. Thousands of businesses, schools, and even government agencies, all compromised in a single, coordinated attack. The scale is just staggering.
And these aren't just faceless corporations you've never heard of. We're talking about household names. In just one of their past attacks, the victim list included Harvard University, the Washington Post, and Logitech. It's a pretty sobering reminder that nobody, no matter how big or well-known, is immune. So how do they keep pulling this off? How do they consistently turn stolen data into millions of dollars? Well, they have a ruthlessly efficient 5-step playbook that they follow every single time.
And I really want to be clear here. This is not typical ransomware. They aren't just locking your files. First, they breach the servers. Step 2, and this is the most crucial part, they steal the data. They just pull out massive amounts of sensitive information. It's only after they have your data that they make contact. The threat isn't about getting your files back. It's about stopping them from releasing everything to the public on their dark website. And the final step is a simple, brutal demand. Pay us, or everyone sees everything.
And we know for a fact this playbook is in use right now because the threat intelligence groups are seeing it in the wild. This quote from Curated Intelligence confirms it. The experts on the ground are finding the classic Klopp ransom notes on compromised CenterStack servers. The campaign is live, and it's happening now.
But here's the thing. There's a huge mystery right at the center of all this. We know who's doing it, and we know their playbook. What we don't know is maybe the most important piece of the puzzle. How in the world are they getting in? And that mystery really boils down to two possibilities. Are they using a 0-day or an end-day flaw? Now, a 0-day, that's the really scary one. It's a secret vulnerability that nobody, not even the software company, knows about yet. An end-day, on the other hand, is a known flaw, one that has a patch available, but that companies just haven't gotten around to installing yet. And right now, we just don't know which it is, which makes defending against it incredibly tough.
And you know, the clock is ticking. A quick scan of the internet shows that there are over 200 of these CenterStack servers just out there, exposed.
Every single one of them is like a lit-up target on a map for Klopp, a potential next victim in a campaign that's already well underway.
You know, it all brings us back to this one fundamental question. When the very tools that were designed to give us security can be twisted into weapons by sophisticated groups like Klopp, it really forces all of us to ask, in a world that's more connected than ever before, what does it truly take to keep our most sensitive information safe?